Rhodiola rosea has a reputation for improving depression. Hi, this is Larry Hobbs at fatnews.com. Rhodiola rosea, also known as golden root and Arctic root, has been categorized as an adaptogen. And this is a quote from the monograph on Rhodiola rosea, and I'll show you that in a minute here. But this is due to its observed ability to increase resistance to a variety of stressors, a variety of chemical, biological, and physical stressors. And most of this research, by the way, they're talking about was done in Russia, and the original studies and papers are in Russian. So I can't show you the Russian papers because I don't read Russian and it wouldn't make any sense. So I'm reading it from the monograph here. They note it is a popular plant in traditional medical systems in Eastern Europe and Asia. And here is the monograph on Rhodiola rosea, and here is the quote that I read to you. And I'm going to read the last part of that sentence at the end of that first paragraph. They also note that Rhodiola rosea has a reputation for stimulating the nervous system, improving depression, enhancing work performance, improving sleep, eliminating fatigue, and preventing high-altitude sickness. And there also, I will show you at the end, that it also has been shown to increase the lifespan of fruit flies, which is why I'm so interested in this. Now on page 2, they talk about dosage and side effects, and I'm going to jump down here to dosage first. I'm also, in the dosage, I'm going to go to the lowest dose. When it's an extract that contains 3.6% rosavin, which is one of the active ingredients, or probably the active ingredient is considered, they say the average dose is 100 to 170 milligrams per day. If the extract contains only 2% rosavin, the average dose is 180 to 300 milligrams per day. And if it contains 1% rosavin, then the dose is 360 to 600 milligrams per day. But the powder that I have contains 3%, so I assume that is the most common. So again, the average dose is 100 to 170 milligrams per day. Then under the side effects and toxicity section, they talk about that too much Rhodiola rosea may cause irritability and insomnia. Now in that paragraph, they talk about that the dosages are very high that may cause this, 1.5 to 2 grams or more. That's 2,000 milligrams or more, so that's a very high dosage. But just realize that this is possible. If you take too much, you may feel irritable or have insomnia. And I would say this is also probably more likely if you are taking some other stimulant, coffee or anything like that. So just be aware of that. Then in the Irish Medical Journal, they published a case report on a 26-year-old girl who was taking the antidepressant, the SSRI antidepressant called Lexapro, and it has other names in other countries, but it's called in the U.S. Lexapro, that when she added Rhodiola rosea, she developed a very rapid heartbeat of 150 beats per minute, and it's called supraventricular tachycardia. And the reason for this, they noted in this paper, this case report, is that the drug Lexapro is metabolized in the liver by an isoenzyme called cytochrome P450 3A4. And this enzyme system, cytochrome P450, are the enzymes that metabolize drugs in the liver. So then they noted that Rhodiola rosea is a potent inhibitor of this cytochrome P450 isoenzyme. So that's why, that's how drug interactions happen. Something will interfere with the enzymes or cytochrome P450 isoenzymes that metabolize a drug, and so it causes a drug interaction there. So they also noted that Rhodiola rosea also increases serotonin levels by inhibiting monoamine oxidase. And monoamine oxidase, abbreviated MAO, is the enzyme that breaks down serotonin and dopamine in the brain. So anyway, they say consequently both agents, that is Lexapro and Rhodiola rosea, can augment or increase serotonin levels. So that's how it happened. But unfortunately, in this case report, they do not say how much Rhodiola rosea this girl was taking. So I have no idea if it was 100 milligrams or 500 milligrams or 5,000 milligrams. It's possible that she was taking a very high dose, studying for tests, trying to stay up all night or something, and kept taking it and got into trouble this way. So it's unfortunate, but they don't say how much she was taking there. They also don't say how much Lexapro she was taking. They also, unfortunately, don't say in this case report, they don't list other SSRIs, other antidepressants, or other drugs that are also metabolized by this same cytochrome P450 isoenzyme. Other drugs that might also have an interaction with Rhodiola rosea. But so anyway, just be aware of this, and I would say that anybody who is on an SSRI that they should be cautious and start out with a small dose of Rhodiola rosea if they want to try it, and increase it very slowly. Take a tiny dose for a few days and then slowly increasing it. If you feel any overstimulation or rapid heartbeat, then stop it immediately and see your doctor. And the reason I am so interested in this, if it were just the monograph, I would probably not be as interested, but they are doing research at the University of California, Irvine on Rhodiola rosea as an anti-aging compound. They have done a study, which I'll show you here in a second, on fruit flies, and they have found that Rhodiola rosea increases the lifespan of fruit flies, the average lifespan and maximum lifespan. So very interesting stuff. I actually had previously posted a video on this about Rhodiola rosea increasing lifespan. So anyway, the URL, the web address is at the top there if you want to look that up, the research they are doing at the University of California, Irvine. Then this is one of the papers they have published on this, Rhodiola, a promising anti-aging Chinese herb. And the other interesting thing is that it is published in the journal Rejuvenation Research, and you can see that in the upper left-hand corner. Now, this journal is, the editor-in-chief of this journal is a guy by the name of Aubrey de Grey, a very interesting person who is studying anti-aging medicine. They note in Wikipedia here, he is interested in regenerative medicine. He is trying to stop the aging process. So that's another reason that I am interested in this. So all of this ties together that Rhodiola rosea seems to be a very interesting compound.